Hello everyone. Since it's been a while since my last upload, I'm just going to jump straight into today's topic because honestly, this is exactly why I've been gone for 2 years. I'm upset with the state of the Bratz community again. Surprise, surprise, I know. But seriously, I need to rant for a moment about scalping. When I stepped away from the channel, the community was already struggling, but from what I've seen since coming back, that's what finally pushed me to turn the camera back on. As a quick disclaimer, this is not a rant about how resellers need to disappear off the face of the earth. I have no problem with people who resell dolls at fair prices. That's not the issue here. I'm talking specifically about the people who buy something like the Series 3 Repro Campfire Felicia for $30 and immediately try to flip it for $80 the moment it arrives in the mail. That's not natural value appreciation, it's manufactured scarcity. It's predatory behavior that drives up prices and locks actual collectors out. I think the last straw for me was the most recent Bratz and Gentle Monster collaboration. They were charging $40 for the doll at select pop-up locations, which was already a bit exclusive. On top of that, they were selling sunglasses for around $200 each. Again, luxury pricing, but still somewhat reasonable for what the collab was trying to be. But then I saw someone trying to sell one of those same pairs of sunglasses from the collaboration for over $1,000 on eBay. Like, are you kidding me? That kind of price hike does not reflect genuine demand. It's about exploiting limited access and capitalizing on FOMO. It's gatekeeping disguised as collecting, and it makes the community feel less inclusive and more like a competition for the wealthiest bidder. And honestly, the same thing happened with the Bratz and Mean Girls collaboration as well. At first, it was exciting, a fun, nostalgic crossover that should have been accessible to fans of both brands. But now, you can't even find a Katie or a Regina George doll for under $200 USD. It's absurd. This isn't just about collectors wanting a cute display piece anymore. It's about people being priced out of their own nostalgia. These collaborations are turning into gold mines for scalpers instead of celebrations for fans, in my personal opinion. But no, the actual worst part? It's not even random opportunists doing this. It's the fact that 90% of these scalpers are fans themselves. People who know exactly how hard it is to get these dolls. People who have been there, refreshing pages, hunting store shelves, saving up for a drop. They know the struggle, and they still choose to cash in at the expense of the rest of the community. When a reseller outside of the fandom does it, it's frustrating but somewhat expected. However, when actual Bratz fans are part of the problem, to me, that's a straight up betrayal. This is supposed to be a community, not a contest to see who can gatekeep the hardest, and honestly, that's another reason I'm not in Bratz groups anymore. So many of these groups are no longer about community, they're basically marketplaces in disguise. People join not to connect, not to share collections, not to talk about new releases, at least not in a positive way. Most people are purely in these groups just to sell things. And not even in a respectful way. Most of the time, at least when it comes to the groups I've joined, it's just been non-stop listings, markups, and DM me or best offer posts. Worse yet, some of these groups weren't even supposed to be resale focused. But now every other post is an ad. There's barely any actual interaction, no genuine excitement, no love for the brand, just profit. And that kind of environment kills the spirit of collecting for a lot of us, myself included. Not to sound like a gatekeeper myself, but I've also noticed that a lot of these groups are flooded with newer fans who have very, let's just say, uninformed takes. Like the other day, I was on r/Bratz, and someone seriously asked, "Who is Dana?" Now, I'm not even mad about the ignorance. That can happen to anyone starting out in a fandom, but it wasn't a genuine question. It was more like, who are you vibes? Like, girl, we're not talking about some obscure one off character like Aubrey, Kina, Sabina, or Destiny. Dana is a main character. And to me, the question felt less like curiosity and more like dismissiveness, as if the person was already deciding Dana didn't matter without even knowing the history. That attitude, that's what really gets under my skin. When you don't know something, you're supposed to be humble about it, open to learning, and not dismissive. What's even more interesting is that this person didn't say anything about not knowing who Felicia was. There's really no excuse for that. The brand has released so many newer reproduction Dana dolls recently. The new Bratz Babies Runways dolls, Series 3 Funk and Glow Dana, Girls Night Out 21st Anniversary Dana. Sure, they've made even more Felicia dolls recently, but as someone who's been around and knows the franchise well, that's ironic to me because Felicia used to be the lesser known character, whereas Dana, Fiona, and Megan were the most used side characters in the doll lines of the 2000s. I'm not saying I don't appreciate new fans. I love seeing the community grow, and I love welcoming fresh excitement to the community, but honestly, it would be really nice if these newcomers actually acted like fans. Being a fan isn't just about collecting the dolls, buying the dolls, or liking the dolls. It's about respecting the history, learning about the characters, and genuinely engaging with the community. When people come in with that dismissive attitude or act like they know everything after a few weeks, I don't know, it just feels off to me. Some of these posts almost feel like rage bait, and I honestly can't tell if they're serious or kidding around or what, but it's definitely not amusing to me. I can also acknowledge that a lot of these fans are younger, maybe just barely in their 20s, but that's no excuse for what I'm seeing in the community right now. There are way too many money-hungry individuals running the show, and MGA is no better. I get that times are tough, but seriously, why does that justify selling a doll missing accessories, or perhaps it even has a really messed up haircut, for $500? It feels like the community has completely lost the plot. Some people are genuinely considering paying upwards of $500 for these new collaborations, whether it's from scalpers or the Bratz.com website. Like the Gentle Monster doll, for example. That's insane to me. Don't get me wrong, I think the doll is beautiful, but not $500 beautiful. At the end of the day, the Bratz community should be about connection, sharing our love for these dolls, celebrating the creativity behind them, and supporting each other as fans. Scalping and toxic attitudes only tear us apart and make collecting dolls stressful instead of joyful. But I'm back now, and I want to fight for a better Bratz community. I'm going to commit to uploading at least once a month to the Dollhouse channel to keep the conversation going and push back against this greed. That's my new plan. I hope that by speaking out, we as a community can remind everyone why we started collecting in the first place and encourage a more respectful, inclusive space for all fans, whether you're new, old, or somewhere in between. Let's bring back the fun and the friendship, not the frustration and the greed. Thank you for watching. The next video will be my breakdown of the most notorious scalping tactics I've seen lately. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss it. Bye for now.